We're gonna be in here and how can you use this? This, whatever you want to do. Branch is around here somewhere. Kitchen's in here. Over there and
What's up?
Hey,
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah,
Maybe. Thanks
maybe. Maybe, I get that a good bit, we try to push the Facebook and Instagram stuff, but maybe.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Hey, brother.
All right. Oh, yeah. Perfect. We live on that.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
we got 3 little kids, and I thought we could like, do something. You know.
I intentionally go down to because they use the phone, they just open the valley down.
Yeah,
And stop in there and order it on the way in.
Yeah.
Pick it up.
yeah.
Very good. Same thing that I have every morning.
I mean, you're on the birthday basis.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Walking, it's like, hey, Brandon.
Well, it's consistent, like, you get the same thing every time. It doesn't matter where you go, which one you go to, so. Yeah, we've got an 8-year-old, 4-year-old, and a 15-month-old, so
Okay.
we're all about. That's all good. Yeah.
Thank you.
I like the office. Have y'all been here very long?
Yes, Chris, how long has this office been here?
Probably at least 10 years, because we used to have 2. We were the office in Valley or Columbiana Road.
Yeah, yeah.
We had a liquor store
Mhm.
and a Subway right there. Well, how long have we been here exclusively? Just 3 or 4 years, but we used
Right
to have
after
2
COVID.
offices.
Yeah.
But 30 years in Vestavia,
Mhm.
then we got this office maybe 10 years ago.
Then all consolidated.
And then all brought it here just because the agents were,
Yeah, we really need to move anyway from Vestavia because the liquor store was below us.
Mhm.
Somebody would call the office one, Chris, would say, let me connect you, you got a phone downstairs.
I was downstairs at the liquor store.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got
The funny thing is in life, you can tell, oh, across from Royal Oldsmobile, oh, across from Raymond's house, we're above the liquor store. Oh, yeah, I know where that is. I mean, it's here every time we can name everything around us.
Yeah.
They, Vestavia, look, oh, yeah, I know where that
They know where that
is.
is.
Subway, no, the liquor store, they do.
That's funny. That's funny.
How you feeling, man?
Good.
Not coughing? I was worried about you when you left. You sounded bad.
I've been taking,
Hey,
not Mucinex, but I feel it, it works great until about 1 o'clock and then it wears off.
Yeah.
And I didn't, so
Sleep?
I brought it with me today, so that 12 o'clock, I just take another
Yeah.
dose and then I'm fine.
Then be knocked out. Well, don't take PM today.
No,
It'll be a zombie. Vicky made that mistake and it's like, wow.
It's that time of year, I guess, the weather changing. All that stuff like that.
I had, I think I got struck right a couple of weeks ago. I went to a music festival,
Oh, that's right. Y'all went to hear,
the Orange Treaty.
yeah.
Yeah, and
And I know you
Kevin
like
Bacon
me.
played.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't even know that he had a band, but him and his brother have a band, and they played right before the band that I went to go see. We just outside, it was hot and then it rained, and it was hot and then it rained, and so I think I got sick from that, but I got over it fairly quickly. But then just the cough.
Yeah.
That will not stop.
You didn't get tested for COVID.
I did.
Vicky, oh, you did?
Yeah.
Vicky asked me this morning. I said, I don't know. You did. I said, I stayed away from it yesterday. Oh. Well, good. I didn't see
Okay,
you upstairs. I thought, man, he's sick.
yeah. No, I had, coffee this morning with Anne Marie.
Oh, what'd you say? With Anne-Marie?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, not Amaretta. I thought, yeah, I like to call it Amaretta,
Oh, no.
Anne-Marie.
that would have been
Yeah,
good
call it, yeah, that would have been really
for
good.
today.
Little Amaretta and Bailey's in there with a Suji throat, really.
Yeah, okay. Put a bird thing, you know.
What'd you find out from Anne-Marie?
She just wanted to, touch base and congratulate me.
She's gonna be secretary of VAR and, no, MLS, VAR.
VAR.
VAR. Anne-Marie she was president what year? Y'all know her, Anne-Marie Ellison with, well, she moved from ERA, she was a big like regional something and went to work at ARC. I'm not sure of her position at ARC. You sit here, oh, wait, yeah.
Am I sitting by Chris?
Well, no, you you take Don's place.
I've never sit over here.
No, I'm just saying, well, it's about chair.
Hey,
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 Good morning.
morning, y'all.
give us an update in Boone.
Boone's still a mess. Will's, he's his roommate's from Charlotte, so he's
Oh.
there in Charlotte. Their apartment's, power just got back on yesterday. But, I don't know, I talked to the coach yesterday, he's like, they say they're gonna do classes next week, he said, but I don't see it.
So like in the pharmacy, and like the bottom floor.
Well, no, the apartment's he's in, they're on the top of the hill, so, but like the.
Right on
at
it.
the
Yeah, yeah.
entrance and all
Otherwise
that.
people complain.
Watch out, they didn't have power and all up there, but,
And then the people
hey, but their
flex.
buildings with like sinkholes under them and.
We just changed
Like that
it.
But somebody says only the road between Boone and.
Well, I-40's closed.
Well, yeah, the benches collapsed.
Yeah, and then there's back.
Like it's one, all them straight, you know, and I church.
Didn't even know.
Feel like, my time was 12, and I, you know, it's about.
You see the much line, in Asheville, the lady, I thought they sped.
Yes.
I mean, she was just looking at her backyard, next thing you know,
There's no.
God, much flies down there. I thought somebody, they ran up and sped it up. But
So
I'm starting to get most things.
I know we're going back and forth with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
They just swap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the place that we were staying is up in.
8:30, 10.
It's not.
Most of them.
You don't have to remember two places that were up, one down there. And like Blowing Rock and Boone. And that place was built outside.
She finally was
Walked up
able to
the
get out.
road like this.
That's it.
Yesterday's.
It's almost like you're cut off.
Very warm. Of course, the earliest service.
Yeah.
She's been hiding down.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's what you hear versus.
Yeah, we're like,
There's
yeah,
only
my
like here's one.
The house next door. On Sunday.
This, that. I don't want to go watch those silly shows.
Here's a sport. It's sunshine.
Meteorologist, I'm trying to help some things up in the storm. Whatever.
Yeah. And we.
Well, that's only, man, if the tree falls on your house. You don't crash. You gotta have anything to do with that. It's just-
Lee Corley, they've done some, probably Kim Hunt. Yeah, Kim Sherry, I don't know, any, Ron Thomas. She tell him to call Ron Thomas. Like that.
No.
They've done it. The right way, but- Yeah. Yeah, but he's done.
I was never always.
Yeah.
You know,
I just asked, I was this on the way in, I just got down.
And then normally, normally, for the first time. Line. From holding your house.
He did, but it's my game.
I had no idea.
Oh, April down there. They put the day. I'm sure they do on the run. Down there. At least got a bed. I'm leaving that one down right by the rock. That little pretty house. When I talk to her. Having a bed. Power, is it Alabama Power? Yeah, I saw they. Yeah, but that makes sense. Hey, I got that sign of y'all's at the dump.
Oh, good, yeah,
Picked up some of his.
where did they, are they?
When you go in the dump, it's, when you go in the dump, it's like first thing over to the left. County- Yeah, there's tons of signs, but I picked up yours. And mine. I go look at, I was looking at mine. Mine only says a ton of them.
Good morning.
Anyway, there's, no, there are, I mean, tons of them.
Good morning, good morning.
Picks them up
Ding,
and then
ding,
you-
Yeah, they. Fire station.
Yeah.
Started.
Turn the
A
lights
whistle?
off
That's
so
what
people
it
will
is.
shut up. Okay.
Angel, you just couldn't do it?
No, told me I had to come sit right.
Oh, okay. This how it is?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and then this is your state.
I got some, oh, okay, I got some printed.
Oh, okay. All right, good morning, to everybody. Glad that y'all are here bright and early this morning. We've got breakfast that we'll grab in just a second. But wanted to start off by introducing these great guys from Waterfront Closing and Title, or Title and Closing?
Waterfront closing and title.
Closing and Title.
Yeah.
Waterfront, they've been around, they've been in different markets, and they've opened up an office very conveniently right down the road in the South Lake.
Yes, 3 minutes from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think it's 4, actually.
Is it 4? Okay, okay. I tried to time it.
It's represented.
Okay, okay.
Depends how fast you want to.
That's right, how heavy your foot is.
Probably just.
so guys, I'll let you introduce yourself and take it away, and then yeah, thanks for being here.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Brandon said, we're Waterfront Closing and Title. We just opened over on Valleydale Road in South Lake Park, but we've been around for a while. We've got 3 other offices throughout the state, so we have a ton of experience within those offices. And then with myself as well, I've worked in title for 4 years now. And before that, I worked in mortgage for 4 years before. So I know kind of both sides of that transaction and can help out with that as well. But our main focus is when you hear, we've got 3 other offices, you think we're one of those bigger title companies that, thinks of you as just another closing, just another number. That's not us at all. When you bring us that business in, you're going to know that you're going to be very well taken care of. And if any problem arises, I'm not just sending over an email, highlighting it in red and hoping that you see it. I'm going to give you that phone call as well, talk with you through exactly what we can do to solve those title issues and make sure that we meet that closing date that you guys have set, because everyone hates pushing that closing date back. It's just not a great look, no matter what the issue is. It could be the worst thing in the world, and your clients will still not understand why on earth we pushing this closing date back. So Matt, do you have any?
Sure. Brandon, thank you for having us. My name is Matt Garman. I'm an attorney and partner with Waterfront Closing and Title. You can call us Waterfront Title and Closing as long as you call us. Either way is fine. But I've been an attorney going on 10 years, went to Alabama, went to Cumberland. Roll Tide. My wife is from Tuscaloosa, so I can't get away from that. But yeah, we appreciate you guys letting us come and letting us get to meet you. Our office is three or 4 minutes down this way towards the interstate at South Lake Park. Don't let me yeah, hold me accountable. Don't let me misrepresent. Yeah. But no, the 3 things that we offer are communication, convenience, and speed. We try to over communicate. When you get, my business card, which I'll leave, you get Chase's card, you have our cell phone, you have our email, you have our office number. We try to over communicate you should never, at any point in the transaction, you should not wonder what's going on with my deal. Where are we at? What does the title company need? What are we looking at? We try to over communicate that. The second thing we try to be about is convenience. Again, we are right down the road from you guys. We can close there at the office. We can close via mail away. We can close via Zoom now. There are lots of different things that we can do to make it easy on you and on the people that you represent. The last thing that we try to offer is speed with title. Normally, if you send us a contract, we order the title search that day and we can turn it around in 7 days or less. So at that point, you're looking at 7 days or less, and you're not waiting on us as the title company. If there's a lender involved, we're calling the lender, hey, what do you need? Titles back. We got the commitment. Let's move this along. So at no point in the transaction do we want you to be waiting on us. Now, sure, there may be some curative things that we have to fix. Not every deal is cookie cutter. Not every deal is the same. But Chase is very proactive. We're proactive about telling you on the front end, okay, this is something we've got to fix. Has anybody ever had a deal where the day before you're supposed to close, the title company sends you this thing and says, hey, we got this problem? Anybody had that happen? We try to avoid that. If there is an issue that has to be fixed, something curative that we have to do, we want to let you know that on the front end, right after you send the contract, within a week of us getting that contract. So
Go
communication.
ahead and run a preliminary title then to make sure there's.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, we do. We do. So communication, convenience, and speed, that's what we try to be about. Also with the other offices that we have, collectively, there are decades of experience between these offices. We all communicate, things come up, questions come up, issues come up. And so you're getting us, you're getting me and getting Chase and my law partner, but you're also getting the collective experience of the other title professionals that we have. So we're going to leave some cards. Thank y'all for letting us be here. Brandon, thank you again. And I'm Matt Garman with Waterfront Closing and Title. We would love to work with you. So thank you.
How far back do you do your title search?
Normally 30 years. Yeah, normally 30 years. And if there's a reason we need to go back further, we can, but typically 30 is the standard. Yeah.
So what do y'all close, what do y'all charge to close?
Depends on the deal. Is it financed? Is it cash?
Well, all of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Can we send them some fee sheets?
Absolutely can.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Why don't we do that? We'll send fee sheets to you, Brandon, if you want to circulate those. We've also got a quoting tool on our website. You can put in, 123 Main Street, what the purchase price is, what the loan is, and you can get a net sheet from that tool on our website.
Don't come on that.
Okay, that's a no. Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Good to plug into ours.
You can't.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't use that for your net sheet, but you can.
Use his
Use
numbers.
the numbers. Use the-
He's an attorney, Brandon.
Oh, great.
But my point is, whichever tool you use, we try to make things easy, but we can definitely send net sheets. That's a good question.
Do we have a tool?
Yeah.
Yes.
All up here, Penny Miller.
Don't worry about it.
Do we have two?
Actually closing.
Yes.
Some of us
You know,
are.
I get
I do.
the land title app, get the total cost.
So y'all practice law in addition to the title part?
We do. So,
Insurance, real estate stuff?
I do some real estate stuff, and then my law partner, he does litigation, so he's all primarily litigation.
And
Yeah.
some of that real estate?
Some is real estate related, yes.
Are y'all all tigers?
All tigers?
No.
No,
You're the
actually,
commercials, all tigers. No?
no.
Good.
I thought you meant Auburn.
No.
He's an Auburn guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's a good man. I don't know what his name is, but he's a good man.
Yeah, Todd Wheelis, he's okay.
Who
We,
do y'all underwrite?
Stewart, Older Public, and First American. Yeah. So, well, I don't want to hold you up. I know you've got.
I mean, if you're writing through all of them, how do you decide which one you're writing? I mean, what makes the difference?
Depends on where the office is. Some of our title folks have a better, for instance, Rachel, who's in Gulf Shores, she's worked with First American for years and years and years. She has a very good rapport with their two main underwriters, so she likes working with them. And as a company too, it kind of gives us options. If we run a deal by one underwriter and it's going to be more difficult, we might run it by a second one and say, is there an easier way that we can skin this cat? Because if you ask one attorney, you might get two different opinions from two different attorneys. Underwriters are that way too, you know? So if we can do things in an easier way and close it faster with another underwriter, it just gives us options.
Okay, thanks.
So Waterfront came from the Gulf Shores office. That's where the name came from originally.
Well, I'm actually from Coleman. So,
But the name of the company was,
well, yeah, Smith Lake and Coleman. That's,
oh, I was thinking of the beach.
yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Except in the wintertime, it's not much.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
So the name originated from.
From Coleman, from Smith Lake, but it also worked with Gulf Shores as
Wow,
well.
okay then.
Good deal. Yeah. Any other questions?
South Lake has a small little pond up, you know.
It does.
Rutherford
Yeah.
Lake.
All right, well, thank you guys so much. Brandon, thank you again. And, Dodge Chicken is out here whenever you guys are ready. So, thank you.
Perfect.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks, Brandon.
Thank you. Just decided I've known Chase forever. My grandmother and his grandmother used to go to church together, and his grandmother worked for my grandfather, back in Tuscaloosa, so, I've actually got, I was at my grandmother's house this weekend, and I was looking at some of her recipes, and she has handwritten recipes that she wrote down while his grandmother was sitting at the table telling him telling her recipes. So I thought that was neat. Anyways, it's a great guys, so, they're new at this location, so give them a chance. Let me know how they do for you. All right. I don't have slides because we're doing a whole bunch of stuff on the computer, today. But y'all want chicken first?
Yes.
Grab chicken.
Yeah.
We're here.
No.
You're gonna say, yeah. I thought Billy would like that. Hey, if nobody's waiting, I'm in. Oh, okay, well, thanks for showing.
Yeah. It's a new location. Yeah. But they've been around. And Chase was, he was in lending before, so he knows that side. Lending.
Oh, I thought you meant like Linden, Alabama.
No,
That's
sorry.
over in Choctaw. That's where I'm from. Linden. Yes,
Lending.
that's what.
Mortgage.
Yeah.
So he's got the knowledge of both sides, so, and great at communicating.
Because they don't realize it. Buyers and sellers, you know, I tell everybody, realtors need to move about every 5 years so they understand the stress, you know?
Absolutely. Hey, did Missy reach out to you yesterday?
Me?
Uh-huh. Upstairs, Missy?
That one.
Okay, I may want to pick your brain about, y'all's, clubhouse
It's a beautiful
at the preserve.
Okay, yeah. What, for something?
Mhm.
Okay, sure. I'm the new kid on the block, learning and trying to network a little bit. It's funny how, you know, there's, Sherry Williams, I believe her name. Yes. She invited me. I said, "Oh, her clothes, she was a lesbian girl." Love lesbian. I thought she'd be my friend. Oh my God. She invited me over to her house and it was like her husband and her whole team there. I was just wanting to just shoot the breeze and say.
Uh-huh.
She thought, well, how do you like still selling it in Montgomery? I said, well, I'm selling it in Birmingham too. She was just like, whoa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because she's doing all the things out there, you know, really good.
Yeah,
So, yeah, just, anything I can do.
okay, okay.
Everybody else, and they're doing it.
Welcome.
Where do we have Chick-fil-A sauce? Upstairs?
I put some on that table.
Did they bring it?
No, it was in the
Oh.
refrigerator.
Oh, that's what I was looking for. Then that's where it is. They didn't bring it, huh? Wow. Did you follow up with those 2 clients? From open house? See, that might be.
I can just add right here, we just reduced this by, and I can put to satisfy the home inspection.
What's this on?
House of Blood. They had sent us a thing that said that they wanted just that and the other fixed and $1,000 for something. And so we just reduced what they were paying us for some personal property. And so all parties understand agreed, 23,500 for personal property, whatever, to satisfy that inspection condition. I can add that to that account. It's a cash deal,
Okay.
but he, if he can get his loan done in time, they're gonna buy through Delta Credit.
Well, they're acknowledging that.
Yeah.
Good. No, that's good.
Okay.
Anyway,
Anyway.
they said they had a.
One of them do it.
Okay.
The other one, skedaddle.
Well, that's a real affirmative in their voice, like, and we have a really good agent, so. You can always ask them, do you mind telling me who it is, or just saying, have you signed any type of agreement? If they haven't, then they're free game. You know, some people wanna look, it's not like going. Kind of like going to shop, you don't wanna sell something else, and somebody says, can I help you? You say, oh, no, somebody's already helping me, they're not using all that. So they may have just said, oh, when you ask them, they said, agent, they may just be saying.
Yeah.
Need to follow up.
Honestly.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. First of all, first announcement is make sure that you have November 13th on your calendar.
What's that?
That is a Wednesday. It is during our normal Wednesday, except it'll be 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. That's our Thanksgiving luncheon. So November 13th,
What time?
11 to 1. Is our annual Remax Advantage Thanksgiving luncheon. We've got a sign up genius that will go out today. I'll post that so that you can sign up. If you want to bring your favorite recipe, Thanksgiving deliciousness. We had a great time last year. It was really quick last year, so we want to get ahead of it and make sure that everybody's got that on the calendar. So 11 to 1, November 13th. That's also our kickoff party that's our first event as a 35-year-old company. So November.
That's a very important date. That's Serafina's baptismal birthday as well.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Okay.
What'd you say?
That's Serafina's birthday, baptismal birthday.
Really? Wow.
Very cool.
What time?
What time? We usually just celebrate at dinner time.
You're not invited.
No, it's, we
You're not
celebrate
bap-
every
you're
year.
not
They've already been baptized.
Okay, I'm.
Yeah. The fifth grade is close.
It's over that.
Our baptism birthday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Awesome. So, yeah, we'll have a great time, with that. Locations to be determined, maybe here, it may be off site. We will see.
What?
Thanksgiving?
Luncheon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's tight if we all actually show up here. So, we're looking to see if there's, alternate venues. We've got several feelers out there and talking to several different places, about potentially, doing it off site. I'll let you know, but just make sure that you got the date set.
Down the road, before we have our meetings, they have a full kitchen in the interviews.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So sorry, y'all.
Or downtown.
So, again, that's our first event as a 35-year-old company. We're going to be celebrating all year long, from November to November, that we are 35 years old. We've actually got a Remax logo that has the 35. It's Remax approved, that you can use on your marketing. You can put it in your like signature or whatever for your emails. But we'll get that out to you as well, so that, y'all can help us celebrate and get the word out that, hey, we've been around, we're gonna be around. And and we're a great company to be a part of. Third quarter top producers. So we haven't done this in the past couple of months, so we combined and just celebrating our third quarter top producers. So for volume, our top three coming in, number one, Tina Baum is our top third quarter volume producer at 7.3 million. Brian Thomas is number two at 6.15 million. And
I can see. Never mind.
there's nothing up there yet. And Penny Miller is our number three for the third quarter. Top producer selling over $4 million in the third quarter.
Wow.
So,
Did I?
yep, you did. You did. And then units, Brian Thomas leads number one in units. Penny Miller is number two in units. And Michelle Burbank is number three in units. So great job to both our volume and unit leaders of the third quarter. Great job, everybody. Virtual caravan, we've got 8 new listings this week. We'll run through them really quickly. You've also got a handout with the listings. If you don't, I've got some extras up here. Everybody got one?
I don't.
You can share.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, wait. Pick that first.
So first we got 109 Cattail Lane. This is 1347 square feet in Calera for $217, listed by Collier and Karen.
Anybody shown that yet?
What is it?
Cattail Lane in Calera. Next, we have 725 Clover Circle in Springville. This is in the 12 Oaks subdivision. Springville, right there on the Springville-Odenville line. Half the subdivisions in one city and half's in the other. 1587 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, listed by Nolan Jones.
Is that his first listing? I saw.
It's his first residential listing. Yeah,
Okay.
he's got a land listing, but it's his first residential listing. So super excited about that. So yeah, and it's listed at 239.
Who's been showing up in there? I know Kimberly Lane, somebody else, and just see the affordability up there is incredible. It's not that far down.
Yeah.
It's so much more house and nice neighborhoods.
Mhm.
Really, you been up there? Pretty cool. I mean, like,
I'm not to this particular house, but I've done a decent amount of work in Springfield.
And 12 Oaks, they've been through 4 different builders. They are clearing land in the next phase. I'm not sure who the builder is going to be. But you know, there's an older section that started in like 2008 and then it stopped. LGI came in and built several homes in there, and then they pulled out, and now there's somebody else clearing, getting ready to build some more. I'm not sure who that is yet, though. 617 48th Street in Crestwood, 1345 square. Yeah, 1345 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths for $269. This is listed by Michelle Burbank. Next, we have 1429 Timber Circle in Helena in Timber Park. This is 1692 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths for $285, listed by Mary Lou. Chris, you want to tell us about it?
We looked at this last week. It was
Okay.
coming soon, so good showings this week. Don't have an offer yet, but expecting one any day. So if you've got somebody in that area, it's a lot of house for the money.
How many square feet?
1680, 92,
Uh-huh.
1692.
I looked at that,
1692.
it was on the corner.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
on the corner there, yeah. Really nice yard. People love the landscaping. Just a good one.
Great. Next, we have 839 Willow Oak Drive in Hoover. This is in River Chase. 419, 2646 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, listed by Brianna.
I know can tell us about it. She held it open.
We
Saturday.
did do an open house Saturday. I don't know if it's a 4-bedroom. I think it's really a 3 with a bonus room. But it's a cute little house on the main, street of River Chase, a lot of traffic. Not much of a backyard, but
Most don't.
But it's probably not a 4-bedroom.
Well, I mean,
Does the bedroom have a closet or a window? It has a window to get in and out of?
No,
Oh.
two,
It's in the basement.
yeah, it's in the basement,
Oh,
two doors, yeah, it would be a bonus room.
The health, I had to find, septic tank, the health department, it says it has to have a closet. For it to be. Like septic tank was only 1,000 gallons, and there, we said it's a 5-bedroom house. But, one of the bedrooms doesn't have a closet, so I'm like, we're good.
Happy, happy. Okey dokey.
It's been here since 70, so too bad.
1028 Unali Lane, we've looked at that one before, listed by Brianna. It was coming soon for a while, in Grand River. Next, we have 316 Fairfax Way in Hoover in Greystone Glen for 549, over 3,000 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, listed by Brianna and Michelle.
Michelle Burbank and Brianna Sexton.
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
And then we have 60 Robertson Road in Wilsonville, 43 acres, 3746 square feet, 1.2 million. 4 bedrooms, 3 full baths, listed by Mary Lou. Chris, you want to tell us?
So this one was under contract. Mark Bishop had it under contract for a wedding venue. Shelby County wanted a road expanded, and that expansion, we couldn't work it out with the neighbors. So it is back on the market, sits on the lake, on Yellowleaf Creek.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, y'all had
Now,
this.
here's the question. Here's the one question. It's a Robert and Brandon question. We've got it surveyed for, you can buy 9 acres for $700,000 or the entire 43 for 1.25. Can I, because it's already been surveyed off, it doesn't have 2 parcel numbers yet,
but.
because it could be 2
Right.
lots.
You have
She's
to
got it
record it. Yeah,
ready.
but it's ready.
Just, can I put it in the MLS under both prices on 2 MLS numbers? Okay.
Put in the notes.
Did you not hear what I said a little while ago?
No, don't ask. You're right.
I don't know.
Listen, I'm on a special radar because if I do something in the MLS, I am immediately flagged. I think Lynn Levin is stalking everything I put out there because he's got some beef with Mary Lou. I don't know what it is, but anyway, it can be, this one can be 9 acres and all that. That shop is over $250,000 if you went and build it right now. I mean, it's massive.
How many
And,
acres? 45?
It can be 43 and it's Yellowleaf Creek is its border. So, I mean, it's got access to Lay Lake. You know, a 10-minute, 15-minute pontoon boat ride and you're at Lay Lake. So anyway, good property.
Change the last number.
Wait, I'm confused. You get 10 to 15-minute boat ride and you're at Lay Lake?
Yeah, it's on
From the
Yellowleaf.
creek?
Yeah, Yellowleaf Creek is a deep creek that runs 25 miles into the interior before it gets too shallow. This is on about halfway back.
It's right by the steam plant?
Yeah, that's where you go into Yellowleaf Creek.
Yeah.
This one is
Oh, you go through.
about 10 minutes or 10 miles into down the creek. So
What's the address?
63 Robertson Road. And it is,
You turn off.
now the house does need work, but that's not where the value is. The value is that land in that shop. So the house could be,
Is that a picture
is
of the house or the
livable.
shop?
What's that?
Is that a picture of the house?
That's
or
the shop.
Okay.
Pictures of the house were earlier.
Oh.
Anyway, okay.
Lynn Levin stops me too, Chris.
Every time, if I am,
I live right next to him.
yep, that's it.
Oh.
It's him. I guarantee it's, I don't know that it's him. It feels good to get after him.
It's him.
It's him.
If anybody dies, it's not validated until Lynn posts it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you
he's
know
got
it's
to post
valid.
it, yeah.
I'm surprised he's not here for breakfast.
Oh.
He didn't know.
All right, October birthdays. We've got 3 birthdays this month. Mary Lou's is the 11th. Chad Brantley's is the 14th. And Carl Clark's is the 22nd. We have 5 Remax anniversaries. Kirsten Howard, John Herford, Tina Baum, Eddie Williams, and Susan Peoples all joined in October of various years for Remax anniversary, 2005. Yep, so she's 19. No,
I was young when she started with one, she done.
2005 was 19 years ago.
I'm good.
Oh, good grief.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That's like looking at the amortization schedule on your mortgage. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do that
yeah.
either.
Wow, y'all. Okay. Sorry. October challenge is the most trusted agent challenge. Okay, we are we are continuing the September listing challenge through October 31st, but we are adding another competition. So there's two competitions going on. Most listings is one, but the second is the most trusted agent award. And that goes to the agent that has the most referral business written between October 1st and October 31st. Okay, it can be a listing, it can be a contract. But it is, you received this client by a client or sphere referral, okay? This does not include agent-to-agent referrals, and it doesn't include referrals from companies. So if you're paying for leads or paying for referrals or something like that, that doesn't count. This is a competition for how well are you known in your sphere with your people. How much are you staying in front of them? So it is the honor system because there's no way really for us to track this. But whenever you have a closing, if you would write on there where the source came from, and if it is a client or sphere referral, it counts towards the most trusted agent award.
And just closings
Closings or listings.
or listings, okay.
Yep, any new business, October 1st through 31st, doesn't have to close during that time, but any contracts written
It's
or
gonna be
listings
like
written.
a referral from somebody that's an agent you're paying, or like somebody you're paying.
No,
No,
Oh,
it
okay.
can't be somebody you're paying. So it's not an
Like
agent to
like a
agent.
Remax agent.
Yeah, no. We're doing another contest for
Just like past client referrals.
past client referrals,
Oh, okay,
sphere referrals.
okay,
So, but most of your business.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's not agent to agent and it's not business, that you pay for. You're not sending a referral check to these people. This is client sphere referrals. Bonnie, did you have a question?
I think you answered it. I've sold a house in Ballantrae 6 years ago and I'm reselling it in 3 weeks or relisting it.
Yep.
She's moving out, so that's a
Yes,
client.
that's,
Yes, yep, that counts. Yep,
Now, like my cleaning lady, I'm listing a house that she sent me.
perfect. Yep, yep. Anybody that sent you business that's not a real estate agent, pretty much counts. Yep. All right, Robert's rules. Robert, has asked for 5 minutes.
No, I didn't, but I'll take it.
That's too
Hey,
long.
we finished the coolest thing this morning. Brandon's been working really, really hard on our hub with everything. I mean, it's going to be one source for anything we do, any form we have, everything. Calendar with all the events coming up. You never need to go anywhere. So I got with, Corey and he came up. It's really cool with a QR code, says the hub on it. And there's stickers. You're gonna stick it everywhere. I mean, on your phone, anything, so
On my computer.
on your phone, it'd be hard to turn. Good job. Anyway, so we got them right here, so stick them on your notebook anywhere, so when you remember, like, oh, I can't remember where to find this, can't remember. And we'll have the links out to everything too. Paragon, so you never need to go anywhere but one place for anything real estate, the Remax. So here are the stickers, and we'll give them to you now. We still got, what do we have left to put on there, or what do you have left? You only need one.
What do we have left?
Are you gonna pass these out yearly?
No, we're good forever.
I'll do the links for
Take a
for Paragon and all that. I haven't got those on there yet.
We'll just print 2 sheets to start with.
She said in Georgia, after the special printing is.
No, I just need one. I'm gonna put it on the notebook right now.
And we need to look at the contract for a second.
It's an Alabama contract.
Oh, anyway, so, y'all have anything you need to put up there, let us know, but Brandon's been working really hard to make it where it's easy for all of us to never have to worry about a link here, a link there. And then Remax, it's all there. So if you can visit it, just take a picture of that. You already found a lot of stuff up.
That's great.
It's good to find. Well, thank you, Brandon, for doing that, and, we'll get more stickers out for everybody. Is anybody getting the contracts in, listings you've had for over 90 days? Like a flipper's coming in, saying, I know it's been on the market 90 days, and I'm interested in buying it. I've seen two of them. Be wary of them if you get one. It's just a scam. If you
Yeah, I
get the
mean-
contract,
We get a lot of those, I get a lot of the like owner held financing kind of ones. We've gotten several of those on our after listings. But I almost always get at least one or two.
this is the two I've seen specifically. I noticed your house has been on the market 90 days.
Yeah.
They have access to MLS, just like all of them. They got a lot of stuff and it's just crap. So, but remember, it doesn't matter what we think in the contract, it has to be presented, period. That's a duty under license law.
What's the deal for it? What, like this house that I got a referral from my friend's mother, it's been listed like 4 times. And, like they list it and cancel it, list it and cancel it, list it and cancel it, and it's a hot mess. But anyway, I'm gonna list it. And if I do, how long does it have to be on the MLS? So like none of that, the like.
Oh, the
days
history
on
falls
market?
off?
Yeah,
I don't know.
like the days on the market number.
I didn't know.
I
I
think that's
thought-
only 30 days.
I thought it
We'll
was
look at it and
30.
say, Carrie will know how long it has to stay off before,
60.
it doesn't come up with that stuff.
They got 60 days worth of stuff to do.
Yeah, hey, while you're talking, can you tell us about your open house tomorrow?
Oh, yeah, so, tomorrow at my little, house in Helena, y'all are all invited. It's 836 Highway 52, it's a 1936 house, farmhouse built on a little over an acre. It's got 2 outdoor, garages or detached garages. And, I have an agent open house tomorrow from 11:30 to 1:30.
And what's the price?
It's $399 and we are very motivated.
And where is it?
It's on Highway 52.
Okay.
Wow.
They've already moved out,
I
they've
guess it would
already
be
bought.
Helena School District.
Yes, Helena, and it's Helena School District. It's next door to, office and institution that would probably be able to, rezone it easily, the city said. So like there's next to it, there's office buildings and then there is an assisted living home, right there that I've been trying to get that guy to buy it because he could expand, but.
I've always wanted to live next to an institution.
And you could walk to the park.
Like communities, wouldn't it?
Well, my lady
Oh,
loved
we're
listening to
towering
the
across
old
the
ladies
street
sit out
from
there
Harvard.
on their little patio thing and laugh, just like just listening.
But
But you can walk to Joe Tucker Park, you can walk to the downtown Helena, you can walk to the parade, you can walk to elementary school. It's a good location.
There you
Cool.
It's a cool little
go.
house.
It's cute.
Be there. You got margaritas since it's.
I got margaritas and beer.
Do you really?
What do you think?
And I got El Tejana, the Mexican restaurant's gonna have like tacos. I wanted a food truck, but he's like,
Minimum's two.
they get, well, and they're like, if you don't, it's hard to tell how many people you're gonna have. Like Tina's, she got all this food for like 40 people at that, and there wasn't 40 people, so.
We sent it out to our 4,000, I think it went out yesterday, and then you sent it out a lot.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're trying to get there, especially the margaritas.
Yes,
We're throwing in another contest too. It's gonna be recruiting incentives that'll go points towards winning a huge prize, which is probably gonna be a week's vacation in some resort somewhere. That's what we're working for the prizes. So we haven't thrown this one out today, but it's recruiting incentives just to get somebody that you know, that you would like to work here with us, that would fit in with this group. Camaraderie, bring a lot of knowledge to the table. So y'all co-op with somebody like that. I know somebody like that. We need them here. So let me know, and that's gonna go into the pot somehow of points towards the grand prize. Okay,
Have we figured out what the grand prize is yet?
no, that's what we're working on trips. It's a super duper fishing boat. Oh, hey, one thing I found out about the buyer broker agreement is pretty cool, because we've never had this ability. How many people have ever had a buyer, qualified, all contingencies of contract removed, you work with them forever, find the perfect house, and they just walk away. Well, we're not closing, for whatever reason. Knew all at a point in time, well, until buyer broker we could take no action against them because the commission came through the seller. So only the listing agent could take action against the buyer because the seller was paying the commission. Make sense?
Yeah.
So now, today, if you have that buyer, the buyer broker agreement, when you read it, gives us the right to take action against them if they get ready to close and just walk away. Which makes sense.
Say that again, please.
Almost all that.
You what?
That's all that.
Okay, that's okay.
Is that an agreement or a contract?
No, that's in the buyer broker contract. When you read it,
Okay.
it says, you know, if they find a property, get ready to go closing, walk away, basically you have legal action to go after if you decide to. Never had that option because the seller always paid it and only the listing agent could take action.
They'll probably give you a bad. good
So
one.
anyway, I decided to go. We're not gonna do it this year.
Yeah, 5-star after that,
Bad look for
move.
us.
Yeah, that's gonna look good. I think that was all. Except, who's watching or listening to some podcasts now, speaker? I've heard some names floating around that you're really getting motivated and some really good insight with all the post-settlement stuff.
Tim Keller.
That would not be
Jesus
me.
is coming back. That's, I have given up on real estate. I'm going straight for Jesus all the way.
What's her name that has her hair flipped like that? It's from North Carolina.
Oh,
I
she's
like her.
great.
Yeah,
I just did not like her, but
Lee
I
Brown?
like
yeah,
her. I
Lee
love
Brown.
her.
yeah.
Lee Brown.
You can like pick and parcel some of the stuff, but.
Thank you.
agree.
Uh,
That, but what I sent you yesterday.
You did, yeah, that was
really good.
perfect. That was perfect.
Yeah,
But she's real outspoken,
very political.
but she's very political. I don't.
Hurt herself too.
I know.
She has, and I'm just not I just believe in like keeping that separate personally.
Yes.
But I do appreciate her viewpoints and I do appreciate her passion for the industry. And so I like her a lot as well.
I just watched TikTok videos about realtors. And none of y'all
What'd you
appreciate
say,
them.
Penny?
Chad, I said, I just watched TikTok videos
Yeah.
about realtors. And only Chad and Robert appreciated it.
Yeah.
The open house
Send
guy.
them to me. Send them to me, please.
Well, I posted it on our, thing.
I didn't see it.
It's about the, open house.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, through the pizza way,
Yeah.
somebody showed up. So, in the Jerry games, some of y'all
Yeah,
like,
those
Lee Brown,
kids are-
somebody listen to Daryl Davis stuff. You have to go through all this hype, but some of this stuff is really good.
Daryl Davis.
Daryl Davis, all right, we'll make a list, maybe put it on there, and then, anybody else? I'm sure somebody else new that I don't like. Who wrote the book you like, Ninja Selling? Does he do podcast or anything?
Larry,
Does he do anything,
he,
They
he,
probably
YouTube
all-
videos or?
I don't think he does YouTube videos. He, I think there's a podcast.
Find him, let us know. And then Tom Ferry, you don't need to buy anything from him. He gives it all away.
Gives it, yeah.
I mean, you just go in and look at one of the scripts from one of his YouTube videos and he's got some really good content. Okay, that was it. I'm sorry that it took longer than 5 minutes.
Perfect. All right, so Monday and Tuesday, I was in, some classes with, leadership and governance for BAR, and Adorna Carroll came in. Good grief, the woman's smart. She's been in real estate for 500 years. She's been very involved local, state, and national levels of NAR. Did one of the best descriptions of the settlement and how we got here, and actually what started when it started back in 2014. And she talked about, you know, we go through cycles. We've been sued before, we'll get sued again. We're part of that big group of people that DOJ is just always going to go after. Lenders are one. There's several others, and it was our turn. It was our number. It'll happen again. They're gearing up now for another lawsuit in 2027. But I say all that it's not doom and gloom. What it is we are in a new era of being scrutinized, of people just looking over our shoulder. It's more important than ever that we do a great job with our paperwork and that we do a great job being consistent. And one of my big takeaways was making sure that we are running our business like a business. One of the things about real estate agents is that we get into it, it's a hobby, then if we're good at it, it turns into a business, but we really didn't have the practices and procedures and stuff to make it a business. We're not consistent like a business owner, that counts their inventory, that does, looks at their P&L and things like that. We just kind of fly by the seat of our pants, and we get that paycheck, and then we go shopping, and then we're poor until we get another paycheck, and then we go shopping, and we're great people. We're not phenomenal business people all the time. So really making sure that we are protecting ourselves and making sure that I'm a 1099 employee, but that means I have my own business. And what does my business look like? Do I have an LLC? Am I protected? Do I pay taxes the right way? Just all of that stuff. And then she talked about the DOJ is not going to stop until commission's completely decoupled. Okay. We have already moved into a way, and we've been talking and teaching about you have the option to decouple, meaning you have the option whenever you do your listing agreement to either say 6% or 5 apples, 6 apples, and I'll share half. And that's part of the listing agreement. You can do it that way. Or you can say, I'm charging you, Mr. Seller, 3 apples, and we'll see what the buyer's agents bring into each contract. Okay. So that then I'm no longer in the business of paying someone else as an agent. Okay. The DOJ is not going to stop until it's completely separate. So we've got 2 different models that we can work, but her thing was it's always going to be we're trying to fit a old square peg in a new round hole if we don't go ahead and just decouple. Okay. So just know that is it's going that direction. So if you want to talk to Robert or me about, hey, what does that look like for my business? What do I need to be doing about best practices? Do I need to just go ahead and say, hey, Mr. Seller, my fee is this. And when we get offers in, we will look at those offers are and what that agent is asking for. Okay.
That option is right there in the listing agreement.
It's already in the listing
It's
agreement.
Yeah,
Yep.
I've been saying, here's my fee, and then marking that one as is, I mean, like, whatever the last one is.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Yep.
What is that one called?
Case by case.
Case by case. Yep.
And then I always, in their net sheet, I put 3% for the buyer's agent. I said, they're probably gonna ask for this, but by me not tying you in that you're gonna pay 2.5 or 3 or whatever, then if it's a low ball or whatever, or you're not happy with it, then we can push back or whatever, and you're not committing that you're gonna whatever.
100%.
And then I also took an old listing, an old MLS sheet that shows like the 2.5%. And I said, and all that this kind of has really changed too, is agents can no longer look at that and know in the MLS. So that's gone. And so they're just gonna ask, and majority of them are gonna all ask for 3% now, because they used to know what they were getting, and now they're all asking for 3.
Mhm.
Everyone I've gotten has asked for 3 since this all has happened. But that's just kind of the way I'm doing it. I don't know if that's right.
Yep,
but
that's right.
It's
Yep.
what I'm
Yep.
doing.
Yep.
I'm doing it too.
Yep. That's the way that it's.
But I always do my net sheet with 3%, just be ready, because this is what's probably coming.
Yes.
We don't have to do that, but like we don't have to do the home warranty, but I always add that in there on a resale house.
Yep. Perfect. And what that does then is what this changes is there is no more clear cooperation agreement between agents. Okay. It is, if that is written into the contract, that is the buyer requesting something of the seller. Okay. So right now we do have that the broker to broker compensation agreement kind of thing. That's going to go away.
Yeah, Realty South wouldn't sign that. Like I sent one of those, and Realty South sent it back to sign the one where the seller pays it, the buyer to buyer agent, whatever BS and
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Let me see what they sent back. Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to find out.
So it's,
Art wouldn't sign it
it's
either.
being under seller's concessions.
So it's the
No.
buyer, it's not a concession,
Not a concession.
but it is the buyer requesting something of the seller. So yet, in theory, it is a concession of the seller to the buyer.
But in on the AAR contract, it'll say like the concessions, and then it'll say the fee, the realtor fee that is not part of. the
It either
concessions.
includes or does
Okay,
not
okay,
include.
that's
Yep,
what I-
and you can mark that yes, it does include, or no, it does
Yeah,
not.
okay.
Do
Yep.
we even need the buyer, the broker compensation agreement if we've got it in that contract anyway? So
Plus
it doesn't
stop-
matter.
plus stop using it.
Good idea.
Do that.
Yep.
Just one-
And in the contract, it has what you're asking for.
Yes.
Right.
Yep,
Right.
it's less paper in the contract, and there's no need to write anything in additional provisions or anything like that, because it's in the contract, the wording is in there correctly. It is the buyer requesting that the seller pay their agent. I'm no longer involved in paying the other side. Okay, and that's
Which is always the way it's been, and so when we started this, we did the broker to broker compensation because we thought that it was still gonna be that, you know, the one brokerage paid another brokerage, but
Mhm.
as this evolves, what you're saying is that that is not gonna be the way it goes in the future. It really is gonna be a seller.
correct,
uh,
correct.
concession, which makes sense, and it gets us out of the middle of that, which is what they want anyway.
Yes, it gets us out of it, and me as a buyer's agent, my fee is my fee for working with my buyer, period. That's our agreement. Now, if you want to ask for it, that the seller pay it, but it's our agreement. And my listing commission is my agreement with the seller. There is no more back and forth, if that makes sense. That will be going.
So originally, we were looking at the buyer broker too, to establish what they were paying before we sold the house, which we highly said, don't do that, because it makes it look like you're only gonna show your buyer houses that are paying this commission. So now, everybody, I guess, now is showing, regardless of what the commission is, because they don't care, because you're putting in what's in your buyer broker agreement.
Yep.
Period. That's what everybody's doing, right?
Yes.
Wait, what?
That we're not, that we don't care what the listing commission is. We're not shopping, showing houses based on listing commission.
Yeah, I
All
don't
we're
know.
doing, yeah, is with our buyer and trying to negotiate.
I don't market in the MLS either, that we are.
Seller concessions, yeah.
And
Oh,
your protection listing, commission, that's not in the contract. I know it's in your agreement, listing agreement,
Correct.
but you don't have to include that in the contract because you're gonna provide that on your net sheet.
Yep.
And that's, and your listing agreement, correct?
Correct. Now, here's the one thing, because of that, because of it going away in the MLS, because of the compensation and the cooperation thing, back and forth going away where other people can view it. Now that means that my buyer's agency agreement or my listing agreement may be required to the person who is going to be dispersing funds. Which completely makes sense because they need something in writing from the seller saying, I agreed to pay. So that is the proof that, so the closing attorney may be asking for my listing agreement to have proof that the seller is going to pay me. Okay, before it was kind of honor code almost, well, my fee is 3.5 and their fees
It's just verbal.
it was just verbal. Yeah, so now that everybody's dotting i's and crossing t's, you will probably have to give your listing agreement to your closing attorney or to the person who is dispersing funds. Okay, on the buying side, you're probably going to have to give your buyer's agency agreement to the lender and to the person dispersing funds because they need something that says you're getting paid.
Lenders are asking.
Right, the VA already has been, I think conventional and everybody else is going to follow. They're going to say, hey, we need something in writing, which means then that you can't go back and change it 10 and 15 times. So when you send them that with the contract, that 3% or whatever you're agreeing to work for, that's what you're going to get paid. Okay?
We had something that just closed a couple of days ago in Montgomery where we were the listing agents and offered 2.5%. And went to closing the day before closing, the buyer's agent said, oh, I'm getting another 0.5%. So the closing attorney's like, well, we need to see that document. And they sent it in to the lender too, because we were doing both sides, basically. But, it had to go back to underwriting because of that. Because she did not follow up with her 0.5%.
Yeah.
So just to, I mean, if you're on the listing side, don't assume that buyer's agent's doing what they're supposed to be doing.
So do we ask then? Deborah, are you listening? Are we asked, could you have solved that by asking, are you getting paid by your
Yeah,
buyer?
yeah, we could have.
Huh.
But she never, I mean, she was like 2.5% fine. And then all of a sudden, the day before closing, it's like,
But
it
the
did,
contract is what?
the contract was
2.5%.
2.5%, she's getting paid her
She's getting another 0.5%.
brokerage that we don't have. We don't, as a listing agent, we wouldn't know
No,
what she
but I
had
mean,
agreed to.
not affecting our seller at all.
It did not delay the closing, thank goodness.
It could have.
But it
But
could
it
have.
could have, because I didn't realize it had to go back to underwriting.
Mm.
Why did it have to
Well,
go back to underwriting?
Because
Because it changes the buyer's bottom line.
Yeah.
They're probably using highway show up.
Closing document, it was an
Yeah.
FHA.
Hey,
Yeah,
I
maybe.
have a question about when you have possession after closing, like, you don't give possession at closing. What do you recommend people do with their homeowner's insurance or change their insurance or whatever? Cause I know a lot of people like like that post occupancy, it's like you keep in place your homeowner's insurance, but it's not gonna pay the same if you don't own it anymore. I wouldn't think.
Right, right. So supposed to, according to insurance, you're supposed to call and then you would get a renter's insurance policy for that amount of time that really just covers content. The buyer has to have the dwelling covered. Even if the form says, everybody, now my parents just did that. We closed because of the hurricane, we closed early, because their lenders required that if Alabama was considered a state of emergency, that it halted everything, a reappraisal had to be ordered, and the roof had to be inspected if anywhere in the state was affected by the hurricane.
Good. Nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's in the goal.
Because this is statewide.
Because it's statewide, yep, because if Alabama's declared a state of emergency, then it's for the whole state. They said it doesn't matter if it comes anywhere near us. So we went ahead and closed early, and then did a post occupancy agreement. They just left their insurance as is, and then kept the utilities in their name.
Cause that's what
until-
they're doing, so they should just keep their insurance just like it is right now.
Penny, I just tell them to call their agent.
Yeah,
And
okay.
stay out of it completely.
Yeah.
They're all
Okay.
different, just say, hey, take this contract, tell me what kind of insurance I need,
Yeah.
find the seller, is my existing policy still in effect for so long, whatever, and then just stay out of it.
Let them cancel. And don't let your folks cancel their insurance in advance.
Yeah.
That, hey, we've got a closing in 3 days. I want to go ahead and just put this in there. That's what happened whenever we purchased that house. It had a contract. The contract fell through. The insurance wasn't notified. That house sat there with no insurance. The day before closing, tornado comes through. 3 trees fall on the property. Thankfully, not one of them touched the house. We still closed, but the seller had to keep money in escrow to pay for the tree removal. And they didn't even know they didn't have insurance.
Wow.
So make sure that you don't cancel insurance or don't let your people cancel insurance until after closing. By the way, I closed on this yesterday, kind of,
Still fresh.
yeah.
Good.
All right, any other questions about decoupling? Everybody understand what that is and understand why? I know I'm preaching to the choir here. Y'all are the, ones who have been here. We've done the training. We've navigated with this as we've gone. So yes, things have changed. But that is the direction it's going. And if you have buyer's agency agreements signed, that is going to protect you in future with future issues. You will not have an issue in the future because with your buyer is signed, you're getting paid technically by your buyer.
If you think you got somebody who's gonna waltz a little bit or not be committed to you, go ahead and point that out and say, hey, I'm working my butt off for you. I expect you to be, loyal to me, and we find that house and go to closing, you back out, I'm going after you, per this paragraph right here. Then you'll know for sure if, they're straight up or if they're, wishy-washy.
Definitely screw somebody off.
Yeah, again, awesome for your Google reviews right there, bro.
Yeah,
Let's do what Robert does.
it does require us to, it does require us to find a way to pull people along into saying, hey, our business is really a business.
A business, yeah.
We didn't do a great job of protecting it and treating it that way. I showed you 50 houses without getting anything signed from you in the past 2 years. That's on me. I probably shouldn't have done that, Anybody else that you hire to work for you or that you expect business from, you're going to pay them, or there's a promise to pay in advance. So we just got to do that. We've got to catch up and be professionals and say, hey, I do this for a living. I do this as a business. This is not a hobby for me. I don't get to just, show fun houses. Like this is how I feed my family. All right, moving on from that, accountability groups. 70% of you in the survey said you wanted to be a part of accountability groups. We already have one that's going well. We've got a small group here that they virtually meet every Friday on FaceTime. It's just a great opportunity to say, hey, this is what I'm doing this week. This is what I want y'all to ask me about next week. Did I do it? Did I not do it? What got in the way, kind of thing. That's what we're looking for in these accountability groups. I do want to be careful and make sure that we have, it's going to be something to finesse. Okay, so if you want to be a part of that, just let me know, and we will get you on that list of people. I want them to be small enough to where you feel like, hey, we can get through this in a short amount of time. A 20-minute, once a week conversation, a 30-minute every 2 weeks is really it. You're not committing to, this like super long thing every week. This is a short, just holding each other accountable, saying, hey, this is where I want to go. This is what I want to work on this week. And I give you permission to ask me, did I do it? Did I not do it? That's basically it. All right, digital brand audit. This is what we're here for today.
For a contest. Fun stuff, trivia stuff. Was playing games today?
Yeah, you got time for that.
The last game that I tried got so many negative reviews. So there's no game this week. I took my rocks and went home.
Other than
We didn't know you were
recorded,
so
I
sensitive.
like- I hadn't been recorded. I would have been a lot more fun.
Let's go back to Pictionary. That was really fun.
So we'll do another one next week. I knew we had a lot to cover this week.
That's what it was unique.
And it's already 10:40, so we don't have much time left. When you go to google.com, okay, whether you use Google or not, Google is the #1 search engine, okay? So you want to look good on there. Okay. Google your name, real estate Birmingham, real estate Alabaster, real estate whatever, and what shows up.
Where would it go to Google?
Just go to google.com, type in your name. You can type in, like I do multiple things. So I do Brandon Smith Real Estate Birmingham. I do Brandon Smith Birmingham. I do Brandon Smith Remax. I want to think about what the consumer's going to look at whenever they look me up.
Porn star. What the
Yeah,
hell?
opposite of you, Chris.
Okay, kidding.
That's all right, Johnny.
So this is being recorded.
You need to.
That's so.
So what shows up? How many of you have a Google My Business?
I think I do.
Google My Business.
Wow.
And did your Google My Business show up?
I don't know. What is that? Is that Google My Business?
It is.
Okay,
Oh.
Yep.
how'd that happen?
So her Google My Business, she's got
What is it?
one.
What does it look
What
like?
is it?
Well, I don't know. I don't even know what this picture is.
I'm assuming mine doesn't, cause I don't.
Um,
I've been getting texts and.
I get of them too to confirm your Google
Yeah,
page.
I don't do it.
And I don't trust it.
So, if you get a text that says confirm, don't do that.
What if you get a
That's
phone
not-
call?
That's not real.
Okay.
That's somebody wanting you to pay them
Okay.
to rank you higher in Google.
Okay, all right.
So if somebody types it in, this is what your Google My Business will look like. It will be on the right-hand side. Okay? What you want to make sure is, do I have the address correct? Do I have hours? If I have hours? And can people contact me? Is my phone number right? And then hopefully you've got some reviews.
Google My Business. You never
So-
explained that.
Oh, sorry. Google My Business is your Google, your virtual business card. You show up in Google searches. You also show up on Google Maps. Okay,
And clients will Google you.
clients Google you. Yes. But which means what I like about it, and like the Google Maps, for example. So if somebody typed in Brassberry Antiques, they're also going to see me and a legit business right across the street from Big Bear Antiques, Brassberry. Okay. All right, here's the other, so I just typed in, because our team name is Heartland Hills Birmingham, I just typed that in. My website came up at the very top. Which is great, because that's the fact that came in number one for me. I love that, because I want people to go to my website. My Remax website came in next. Instagram, Facebook, that Google My Business. There is no doubt that this is a legit business. Okay, this is what you want when somebody Googles your name in Birmingham or your name real estate in the area. You want everything that's up here going back to you in one way or the other. Okay. So there's a bunch of profile. The bad news is you have to make sure that all your profiles on all these different places are updated and stay updated. Okay. If your picture is over 10 years old, get a new picture.
I need a new picture.
Okay. You do not look the same. You're a real estate agent. And if you've watched the pictures of the presidents before they went into office and after they come out of office, you look the same way. But 4 years ago, real estate before COVID, real estate agent after COVID, you have aged. You look a little bit different.
I love to look at
So-
it. Or score.
When I looked to Google and did photos and it came up a bunch, it said some rejected on there. What's that? Have you ever seen that?
I haven't. What kind of pictures are you trying to put up?
Yeah, reported.
They were naked on the dress.
All right, here,
Maybe they're so old, they don't look like me. They're rejected.
A lot of, none of us are using homes.com, I don't think, to buy stuff, but it's still really important for us all to make sure
have a profile.
to have a profile
Yes.
updated.
Yes,
There's a lot of people searching there, so make sure,
yes.
and everybody can get a free profile, so make sure you're on homes.com.
So here is the
Really?
here's the list of what I would say are mandatory places that you need to make sure that your profile is updated. Okay. Google My Business, number one. That's the most important. Okay. Also, if you have a YouTube account, make sure that your YouTube is updated. Okay, Google owns YouTube. The more stuff that you have on YouTube, the higher you place in Google. Okay, the more description you have in your videos, I would, if I'm Cheryl Ashurst and I'm selling in Hoover, Alabama, every description of every video that I have, no matter where it is or what it is going to say Cheryl Ashurst, Remax Advantage, Hoover, Alabama, real estate agent on it, every description. Okay, and then that way, that SEO, the search engine optimization, every time somebody types in Cheryl Ashurst, it's going to ping all 50 of her videos or all whatever of her videos, and it's going to say, hey, she's the pro at being Cheryl Ashurst, Remax Advantage, Hoover, Alabama. Okay, so Google, YouTube.
So,
Uh-huh.
on YouTube, we need, if we don't have a real estate channel.
Mhm.
We need to create one.
Yes, sir.
and use it.
Yep.
Not-
Right. Yes, and you can have multiple channels under the same profile. Yep. YouTube is also the best place for everything to live. Unlisted or listed. So if I'm doing a walkthrough, Chad gets a phone call for a client from California that wants to see a house, but they're in California, okay? I can FaceTime them, and that's great. But when that video ends, that video ends. So if they want to FaceTime, I'm going to do that. But then I'm going to go back through the house, and I'm going to make a video, and I'm going to walk through the video. And then I'm going to put it on YouTube unlisted. But then that video will never go away, and it doesn't sit in my phone or in my computer taking up space. It's going to live there. Then I'm going to send that link to my client. They can look at that house 50 times. Where if it was just FaceTime, when we hit end, they're going to call 10 minutes later, I promise. Or 30 minutes later after you've driven back to Montevallo from Trustville where you were showing that house. Well, what about the kitchen? I didn't ask about this. Hey, here's the link to the video. Go watch it as many times as you want to. Zillow, you need a profile on Zillow, whether you pay or not. Realtor.com, homes.com.
Realtor.com is really easy to get reviews through. If people want reviews, it's one of the easiest ones in my opinion.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Whether you know it or not, you have a .realtor website. It may be blank. You may have done something, but you have a .realtor website through NAR because you're a realtor member.
Oh, we had to buy those.
So we could pull it up and then link it back to our,
Absolutely.
Link it back to what?
to our Remax
Not dot
or
com,
our
just dot
TV
realtor.
tour website, the main TV tour website.
Like four?
Yeah.
There's a difference.
I don't know what it is, but there's a
I
difference.
know, I love that.
You either need a Facebook business page or make your Facebook public. If you're not willing to make your own Facebook public, then you need a Facebook business page.
And you need to update it. People go there and the last post is 2-3 years ago. They're not coming back.
Mine is public.
Yeah.
I just quit working off of my business page. It's my
Uh,
personal page all the time.
Me too.
I did the same thing. I said, and if there's something my mama doesn't need to see, I don't need to put it on Facebook.
Amen. That's it's an excellent marker. So you
Aren't
keep
you?
yourself between the lanes. That's not a problem.
And we can now run ads through our personal Facebook
I
page,
think you
right?
have to be.
If you're a creator.
Yeah. you have to be
Okay,
a
but
creator.
then creator changes it to, I mean, does it change your pictures and your layout and all that?
It's still a personal
Okay,
page, but you can run ads through it.
okay.
But also, I think, just a heads up, if anyone's like, I'm still gonna keep my Facebook business page. The algorithm does squash your business page going out, like it does, it's not a big fan of it. So Facebook itself seems to have, an issue with business pages as well. So that's one of the reasons I quit using it, because going nowhere fast.
And can we boost through, digital creator?
Do create, yes,
Okay.
yes,
So it's really, see, they're making it obsolete,
Yeah.
they are.
They're
Insta,
making what obsolete?
the business.
Business
page.
Facebook business
They're
page.
incorporating your personal page with being able to be, so when everybody says digital creator now, that means they basically got.
That gives you,
Public site that they can run ads through and, okay.
yeah, that gives you access to Meta,
To
which is
Meta.
the business suite
100%.
without having a business page.
And no, and not paying more.
Right.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Until you run the ads and stuff.
Right, like always.
Instagram is now owned by Facebook, which is great because it's linked together now, but make sure that, Instagram, and you know your audience. So, some of you are not gonna have much of an audience on Instagram. Some of you are gonna have more audience on Instagram than you are on Facebook. My clients are older, or are my age and older. Therefore, I do 90% of my stuff on Facebook. My 84-year-old grandmother is on Facebook, and I want to sell her house and all of her friends' houses all day because they don't have a mortgage and because they're fixing to go to assisted living. So, that's my audience. That's who I go after, them and their children who are in their 60s, and they're on Facebook. So I am very heavy on Facebook. I'm not that heavy on Instagram. Instagram gets auto posts from my Facebook. I don't do extra stuff on Instagram. But if you're working with first-time home buyers, you're gonna be much heavier on Facebook than you are, on Instagram than you are on Facebook, because that's where my nieces are. That's where the 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds are, and people my age are on Instagram.
If your grandmother says, oh, Brandon, I didn't know you were on Instacart, then you know that they don't know what it is.
Correct,
They think it's Instacart.
correct. And my grandmother would probably call it Instacart. She still goes to Walmart's and she goes to Belk's.
Kmart.
Wow.
And she used to go to Kmart. Yep. And Holly Hobby.
Oh, what's she call it? Holly Hobby.
Holly Hobby.
Ah.
There was a
Hobby
doll.
Lobby.
Yeah. There was a doll when my mom was little that was called Holly Hobby.
There was.
And she calls Hobby Lobby Holly Hobby. So Yeah.
Kinda is.
Remax.net.
This is too many.
I'm really
Okay,
running out of
you're,
space.
yeah.
We'll start at the top. They're in order.
I'm on number 9.
Remax.net is your login to get into all of your Remax stuff. Okay? Your profile there, if it is not updated, your profile on your website and on your company website and on Remax.com is not updated. Okay? So your Remax.net profile needs to be updated so that you can get referrals and leads and all that stuff from Remax. Yes, Cassie.
So I do a lot of stuff on Instagram, but my Instagram only shows up on the second Google. And I'm wondering if it's because my maiden name's in the middle, but that's attached to my Facebook. Should I pull my maiden name out of it?
The list of audience.
How much of your audience knows you by your maiden name?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, they're from Selma, they're not buying houses in Birmingham, so.
Right.
That's not what I'm worried about. Selma has to.
I'd probably pull it. My Instagram, my Brandon Smith Instagram, in my name, it says Brandon Smith, Alabama Realtor. And I get a lot of pulls and a lot of follows and stuff that I don't even try because I have Alabama Realtor. So when somebody searches Alabama real estate or something, I get pulled in to, and I'm not even that active on the real estate.
So,
I mean, on Instagram.
trying to figure out the best way for me to answer this. So that's in your username?
Mhm.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think Brandon Smith's like my first name and Alabama Realtor is my last name or something.
Okay.
My girl did that for me, but as soon as she did, buddy, like it went crazy.
Wait, say that again, what you just said.
See, my username says Cassie Carter Realtor,
I have a YouTube channel.
but if you go to like
Your
if I
profile,
go to my profile, that's where my maiden name is, and it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense that when I Google Cassie Carter, Birmingham, Alabama, that with as active as I am on Instagram, that it would be on the second page, not the first.
yeah.
So that's
I
the only thing I can think of is this maiden name messing it up.
So your profile is Brandon Smith Realtor?
I got Mr. Brandon Smith.
Yeah, Mr. Brandon E. Smith is my username. But my name is Brandon Smith, Alabama Realtor.
Yeah.
And that's because you have such a common name that really distinguishes you.
No, because I wanted Alabama Realtor to be as prominent as possible.
Okay.
Well, I just did my name and everything came up like I wanted it to.
Okay.
You know, I don't
Good.
do that LinkedIn like I used to, so I mean, I'm like, well, I probably need to.
LinkedIn, I would say depending on what your past life was, LinkedIn may be a great thing for you. It may not be. Or depending on where your clients come from. If your clients are doctors, lawyers, attorneys, HR people, LinkedIn is a great place to keep updated.
I just did, just for everyone to know.
What?
I just did my CE last week
Me
on
too.
Saturday, and I did there's a marketing piece, and it was social media. And they pushed LinkedIn pretty hard because that's where your professionals are, and there's a lot of activity between professionals on LinkedIn. I mean, it sold me. I've
Yeah.
never done.
I was wondering if
Jack on
LinkedIn was
LinkedIn.
huge.
Did you do something?
Yeah, just
I haven't heard about it
finishing
very
on
much
Sunday.
lately, like I used to.
Right.
Yeah, I
Right.
do. So that's good to know that people are guessing it. I just,
Everything's gonna kind of come and do this. Just Craigslist died for a long time. Now they're saying, put all of your listings back on Craigslist.
You get all kinds of wackadoo.
Yeah, no way. Those are, no.
But, when Craigslist first started, we put all of our listings and stuff on Craigslist. I sold stuff off
We
of,
didn't.
Craigslist. Not myself, but I sold houses.
You didn't say
on,
yourself. It's easy on Craigslist.
I'm the only one that got my joke. Yeah. I did not give myself away or sell myself on Craigslist. However, I did sell houses and land, unique properties. Put them on Craigslist. Craigslist, it ranks high in searches. So like our Tennessee land that we have 100 acres in just this rural area. We have that on Craigslist because it actually shows up before our listings on real estate sites. Just because that's something that people go to Craigslist to search for. So if you have distressed properties, things like that, then Craigslist may be a good thing for you. But yeah, and if you have ever bought a domain name, if you have an old domain name on business cards that you still give out, and you never moved it whenever Lead Street went away, then people are going to a website that does not exist. Okay?
Mike, who was the first real estate agent years ago that let hers expire? A porn star picked it up. And she couldn't do anything about it. People were still looking at her name as going to a porn site under that same name.
Yeah, that's what happened to me.
Don't happen to you, Chris.
I don't remember that. I remember-
Did get hit. Yeah, I'm careful of it.
I knew a real estate agent named Ashley Madison. She had a hard time marketing.
Oh, I bet she did.
Oh,
Oh, that was good.
No.
I was right there.
Yeah.
I liked it. It was good.
So the whole point is you want to be found. You want people to find you and to find correct information. Yes, it's a little overwhelming. If it's more than you want to do, pay some 20-year-old to do it for you. They can do it in 1/10 of the time that you can do it yourself. And it'll look better than you can do it. Go on Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com.
FIVERR.
Uh-huh. That is my favorite place to go to for one-off stuff. If I want something made one time and it's not, so I have Linnea who owns a marketing company. I pay her so much a month and she keeps my stuff updated and keeps, she does ongoing things for me. But if I have a one-off thing that I want created, then I go to Fiverr.com and I just type in what I'm looking for and they will make it for me. Digital staging. If you want digital staging for $5 a picture instead of $50 a picture, go to Fiverr.com. If you want a brochure made for $10 instead of $300, go to Fiverr.com.
What do you have to give them, like MLS, and that's it? They go from there? I mean,
No, you have to,
yeah.
you have to provide them everything. You have to
Okay.
send them the pictures,
Okay.
give them, hey, this is the direction I want to go. What you're going to get for Fiverr is a bunch of graphic designers from all over the world. Okay. And so they put what they make on there so that you can see it. And then you can click, yes, I want to use them. I'll pay you $10 to do this.
So what's the difference in the level 1, 2, or 3? You know, that-
Their expertise.
Okay.
Level 1s are going to be the newest people on there. Level 2 and 3 are people who have good reviews. They're going to charge a little bit more.
It's been around for a while.
It has, but it's a phenomenal tool. And I use it, if you want your logo animated, if you want a video intro and outro for all of your YouTube stuff, they'll create that. They'll do anything.
Can you talk to these people?
Yes.
Or you just have to do it?
Nope, you talk to them.
But
You
got
also,
somebody that outsources that in between.
no, that you're talking to the designer.
No, but you mentioned a name a minute ago that I thought you went to.
Lene.
She outsourced. What was her name?
Lene.
Linnea?
Yeah.
No, she does all my, she
Is she
personally
in the
does,
Caribbean somewhere and like that, okay.
no.
Probably really likes his digital assistant.
I've had a virtual transaction coordinator and a virtual marketing person. They were both in the Philippines. My virtual transaction coordinator was amazing. She did a phenomenal job. It's all email, so she can't call, call the title company. But she was so proactive, she never had to. My virtual marketing person was not great just because, and that was my fault. Everything bottlenecked with me. I wanted someone that was not in the real estate industry so that they could be more creative and they were not stuck in a box, which is a great thing. The bad thing is then you have to approve everything to make sure that it is relevant. And if you're asking Brandon to approve something, it's going to get done on my time. And then my listing that just went live 3 days ago, I had in my email that I needed to approve it and I didn't approve
I don't
it.
even know how you get to have an assistant, like how you get the stuff to them.
That's the biggest bottleneck for me was getting them stuff or them asking me for approval and me not being timely with them.
And I don't trust them.
My virtual transaction coordinator,
That person, I mean.
she was-
The transaction person, I don't.
she was
how you get the
amazing.
stuff to them, to hand off.
Well, she had access to everything.
Yeah.
So like she had my .loop login and so she could just see every transaction that I did. She knew when to get started on it as soon as I said, hey, this is under contract. And she
I
would
didn't
just
think
take it
people
from
could
there.
log in under your thing.
Not your MLS. Dot Loop, I pay for it.
No.
MLS is the only one that doesn't let you share, that information.
No.
Y'all, it's a lot, there's a lot of different places to keep up with. What I would suggest is once a quarter or once every 6 months, you do an audit of do a digital audit and just look at all of those places and just say, hey, is this updated? Is it still the areas that I serve? Because you may be, Remax Advantage, we have a large footprint. We have the same footprint basically that the MLS gives us, which is 56 different communities. Like when you break it down to cities, towns, municipalities, it's over 50, okay? So we inherit that. So Remax Advantage may be saying that we cover 56 municipalities. Brandon Smith does not cover 56 municipalities. Like I have to call Nolan and say, how do I even get to Springville? I know where Walmart in Springville. That's the only thing I want to know about Springville. I don't want to work in Springville. I don't care. So, there one time, I don't want to sell houses in Mount Olive. I don't know that much about, I can't help somebody in Mount Olive. Does that make sense? So make sure that your expertise and where you serve is highlighted and not what you're inheriting from the company or from the MLS. Otherwise, you're going to get phone calls for houses in Mount Olive or in Springville. And you'll be like, oh, I know nothing about that.
But you can still refer them out with referral fee.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Refer it to your, to people here in-house. Refer Springville to Nolan. He would love to help you, up there. Refer Montevallo to these guys over here because I've been to Montevallo. There's a great school there. But
I'll bet him on
but I don't know anything about Montevallo. Personally, I know about the cities on 65. That's where I live, I play, I work, so that's what I know. Any
I
questions?
guess the code of ethics does state that you will not show or get in any kind of business outside of your area of expertise. They don't like you to do the customer.
They don't really know.
Because lake
where-
property's hard.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And somebody could
Yep.
file against you on that ethics.
Yep. And buddy, when I was young and hungry, I took everything that I knew nothing about.
Well, when you're young and hungry, you don't know nothing about anything anyway.
Yeah.
Way to find
Yeah.
out.
My aunt had a house on Lake Martin. I was like, yes, I can sell that house on Lake Martin. I know I'm going to learn everything that I can learn about Lake Martin. And then I call an agent in Lake Martin and they hang up on me. They're like, you are a Montgomery agent? You know nothing about here. We are not going to show your house. Not one Lake Martin agent showed my house. And it was a great house on Lake Martin. I mean, they blackballed me. The company that I worked for had an office in Lake Martin, and those agents would not even go look at my house. Y'all, they're crazy.
Who do you email
Oh,
and
that's
about a MLS question?
Support@greateralmls.com.
Okay.
Hey, Brandon.
Uh-huh.
So what about, is Remax still pushing the neighborhood expert? You write up the neighborhood, put all the taglines in there, everything, and supposedly that'll help increase your SEO? Is that still in play?
The insights,
Yeah.
Yeah.
agent insights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You doing it?
Well, I used to, but that was part of Leach Street.
It's
But I still get inquiries from it.
But when I looked at my Google results, that came up.
Oh,
Really
really?
did?
Mhm.
You mean just now?
Yeah, when I
Or
was,
they're still doing it, right?
I don't know if they're still doing it, but this, on
We
Google,
do,
does
I'd
not
like to
agree.
know, 'cause I would
In
still do
theory,
that.
it was going to move you up on Google reviews because you put every, like you said, every name,
Yeah.
every tagline in there. And anybody looking for anything, they're gonna get that and you're gonna even get a lead or it's gonna help move you up.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I don't know.
I would say, go into your Remax website.
Here it is, it's pulled up.
That you can still go in and,
They're not promoting it though.
they used to.
But it still comes up.
It still comes up when you use it.
Board and people get overwhelmed.
It is overwhelming. Make sure that your Remax Advantage South website that your bio is filled out and that your bio is who you say that you are. If you wrote it whenever you became a RE/MAX agent 10, 20 years ago, and you said, I've been in the business for 10 years, and now you've been in the business for 30, you want your bio to say that, so make sure that your bio is updated. Make sure that it says the areas that you serve. Spell it out. Spell out the type of clients that you serve. I love working with first-time home buyers because anything that you type, okay, and this is the difference in video and words, okay, because we went to a point in marketing with real estate where we wanted to be all video. And so we took out a whole bunch of words out of our websites and everything was video and picture, video and picture. SEO doesn't know what the video says, doesn't know what the picture is if there's not a description. So you've got to have words on your website for you to be found when someone searches, because the way that people search is with words. So you've got to have words on your website. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. I would have one bio that I type out in Word or type out in whatever Word document that you use, and then copy and paste it and have the same bio everywhere. Because then if you've got 10 different places with the same bio, then you're going to pop up and you're going to be found. Yes, sir.
So Cassie, you put your standard listing presentation on your website?
I need to.
If you want to sit, so anything in writing with the flexibility we have on our individual RE/MAX website, is there anything we really can't post on there in words? Brandon, why don't we all have a QR code that goes to our website, and that's the only place anybody ever needs to go that wants to know anything about us, our listings, our history, our testimonials, our standard listing kit, all of that. Why don't we all have a QR code that goes there and just hand it to everybody, stick it on their card or whatever, like the hub?
Because people are wary about QR codes.
You do.
Okay.
It's built into KV Core. You can go into KV Core and just say, where's my website QR code? And it's there. You can put it on your business cards. You can put it in stickers, anything on every one of your flyers.
And then we can personalize the website with just about everything we need to do for a client or customer to see.
Absolutely. You can now create
New tabs, everything.
new tabs to have whatever you want to. When you go into KV Core, you can make, that's awful.
So you can still put a video introduction of yourself on there. It's just without words, it's not going to help.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
But you can still put your videos on there.
Yes.
Introducing yourself.
Videos are great for once somebody gets there, but a video won't get them there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The words are what people search. That's what gets them to your website. Then once they're on there, you want the videos. Yep. But you can create from scratch or you can use templates. They're adding more every day to add to your website to make it more and more personal. You can make your RE/MAX website as personal as you want to. In fact, because they've done this, now my hearthandhills.com that I created in WordPress, I'm getting rid of because I no longer need it, because now all those things that I couldn't do with an old company website where I could only have my listings, I could only have my bio, and it was more limited. KV Core is letting me do everything that I ever wanted to do on a website. I created a Raving Fans page that goes directly to my Google reviews. Now I've got to change. We talked about this last week.
I thought you were Harold Thompson. That's not a book time.
Harold Collins.
You're not my friend.
I mean, Collins.
But I can click that right there and it goes directly to my Google reviews. So somebody can leave me a review. Because
the tab 2 at the top, Raving Fans.
No, it's not at the top.
But you could make it.
You could make it at the top. I want to send this to people. I wanna send that link
Oh, okay, bye.
to folks by itself. Yeah.
What's my, photographer person made like branded video and then she made a YouTube video?
Uh-huh.
What's the difference?
Okay, so a branded video can go on any of your personal stuff. You have to have an unbranded video to link it through the MLS.
But what's the difference in those and one that's a YouTube video? Cause the thing said that there was a YouTube and a branded and a non-branded.
Maybe just the
Maybe
formatting.
formatting size, yeah.
Well, maybe ask her, cause she may, if she's got branded or personally branded, it may be filmed in different ways, cause YouTube is gonna be filmed horizontally. But if you're doing it on like Instagram or Facebook and you want it as a reel, it'll be filmed, vertically. Was the formatting different that way, Penny? Oh, okay.
I'll look
Yeah.
at it in a minute.
Reels, shorts, Instagram, what else did you say? TikTok,
TikToks,
uh, that's all vertical. YouTube, horizontal,
America's Funniest Home Videos, they like it.
horizontal, yeah, yeah.
It's very important to remember.
I record almost everything horizontally and then I can crop it to vertical. Just keeps me from having to do
Oh,
things
they're all the
twice.
same, horizontal, they're all horizontal.
I would ask her then, honestly.
Oh, it may be her YouTube,
Oh, okay.
on her photography brand,
Okay,
thing, which, so a lot of agents don't have their own YouTube channel.
yeah.
So they would just share that link, but then that link, even though it does have your information on it, it's gonna go to her YouTube channel, with her information on it.
Okay.
Which,
Where in
which is
KV4
fine.
is that code? On that QR code you said.
Under website manager. The whole bunch. Any questions?
What did we decide about Agent Insight? It's still there?
It's coming
Okay.
up.
It is. I
Okay.
just don't know to what degree it actually helps you.
I don't know if it's Lee Street owned, I don't know how much editing availability we have.
Right.
I'm trying to copy it, paste it as a new header on my website right now. To try to drive.
Oh, yeah.
I do get insight from it still.
Okay.
It's nice.
Like you said, it's there forever.
Yeah, you showed up on there. You had 60.
Oh, wait, they had a contest or something one time.
It's a lot of
Oh,
stuff.
and I paid our marketing guy to go out and take pictures of stuff, but
Yeah.
I never went out.
Mike, me, Penny, and Stella are all on the first row.
Oh,
What is
hey,
it?
way to go.
What is
Agent
it?
Insight.
If you're overwhelmed, Google My Business first. Then check your Zillow and Realtor.com. Do those 3 profiles, make sure that those are up to date and that those are good. And then worry about the rest. Okay.
Brent and I had talked about bringing somebody extra in who is like an expert on KB